Creed 3 is the 9th film in the Rocky Creed franchise and is the first not to feature Sylvester Stallone and is also the directing debut for Michael B. Jordan. Adonis Creed is at the height of his career and retires from fighting as a champion. When he begins to coach the next fighter in line, a childhood friend returns unexpectedly and throws his world upside down. If you like the Rocky and Creed franchise, you will most likely enjoy this film as well. Michael B. Jordan has been very open in sharing his inspiration and influences for the fight scenes, taking from Naruto and other anime and giving the boxing sequences a unique and fresh live-action twist. That is where Creed 3 shines the most. Duh, it's a boxing movie and the boxing is the best part of it. I would argue otherwise when it comes to some of the other Rocky films, but more so than the previous 2 Creed films, I felt this was very innovative on the visual front, but quite basic in the storytelling. Without Jonathan Majors as a complex antagonist who is also a bit underwritten, it would have been way harder to sell this movie on just its very fun fighting sequences. While Majors brings a lot of depth to his character in the hurt, drive, and passion he encapsulates, I can't help but be underwhelmed by Creed as a character. All of the family plot just seems slightly off with Rocky absent, and whenever the focus is on Adonis's kid, I get really bored. The relationship between him and Bianca is also equally frustrating and kind of used for a third act reveal later in the story. Tessa Thompson is alright, but paired with Michael B. Jordan, there's just not a lot going on this time around. This film also oddly felt like a setup for the future and a somewhat end to the trilogy here, with an MCU-like setup of Adonis's deaf daughter as a fighter for the next generation. Maybe I'm a bit too cynical on this, but it often felt like they were just laying the crumbs to return to that character at some later point. Adonis is really passive in this film and often just straight up dumb, not picking up on very obvious things or questioning anything, and it was quite frustrating to watch. But maybe similar to how I go into an action film expecting good action and not a great story, you go into a Rocky movie to see some great boxing. And I gotta hand it to Michael B. Jordan. This film is in the top 3 when it comes to fights on screen, and the usage of how he shoots the fights is the most beneficial and the most consistent thing about this movie. Slowing down moments for notable impact eliminates the problem of the very over-the-top portrayal you get in boxing films. Although the final fight in Rocky and Creed style is incredibly over-the-top, it's still a great way to keep track of what's going on without the usual sensory overload that you inevitably get from this experience. Overall, Creed 3 is a solid directing debut for Michael B. Jordan. It packs a great performance from Jonathan Majors, but pulls its punches with the emotional impact. Even though Stallone isn't required for Creed movies anymore, he is missing in a handful of key moments during the film. Hopefully, the behind-the-scenes drama will sort itself out somehow, or maybe he could just return as the robot in Creed 4. Reddit's always the fourth one where these franchises get weird. Let me know what you thought of the film. Am I completely off with my assessment of it? Let me know what your favorite is of the whole franchise, and I'll see you soon.